Well, hello there, everybody. This is Steve Melia, and if you're not familiar with my work, I'm not sure if this is backwards or not. It either says Allen 261 or Melia 162. I'm the author of a book called 162, The Almost Epic Journey of a Yankee Superfan, as well as my more recent book, The Last 42, which is on the other side of the table there. You can look it up. The Last 42, a book about attending Mariano Rivera's last 42 games of his career, called The Last 42. Well, I tell you what, guys, I've been pondering this. I've been teasing some of you about it, but my girlfriend, Mary Beth Longona, I tagged her, so she's here, but she hasn't really showered and gotten ready for the day yet, so she asked not to be on video, but you can probably hear her laughing in the background. And our dog, Desi Doodle, who's a 4.5-year-old Labradoodle, will be attending all 162 New York Yankee games this season. Just for clarification, Desi will probably not be going to all the games, but she's an emotional support animal, so we're going to see if we can get her in to most of the stadiums. Probably what we're going to do is a Sunday fun day. Hi, Desi, you want to come over and say hi? Come on, Desi Doodle. Where's the doodle? Yankee Doodle Dandy. Are you excited about the baseball season? Anyway, we just wanted to serve as an announcement. I see some of my friends, Matt, Chris, Clarissa, have joined us. Why are we doing this? Number one, because it's going to be so much fun. It's going to be incredible. There's 26 days to opening day right now. And Desi, put that ball down. She's going to drive me crazy this year. And you know, we don't have a place to live in New York. Just, you know, in case anybody has a spare apartment that's furnished that they don't mind sharing with us. We are moving out of our apartment. You better duck because I'm going. This is what our place looks like. That's where the couch used to be. That's our stuff in boxes. That's Mary Beth right there. That's what she looks like in the morning when she hasn't showered. And we are basically moving out of our condo, townhouse, whatever you want to call it, here in Mount Pleasant, South Carolina. Now, many of you know I work with a company called Legal Shield. I did meet with our CEO several weeks ago in January and told him my plan. And you know what he said? He said, "Live your passions, man." And so thank you, Jeff Bell, for giving me the freedom to be able to do this for 6 months. I'm still going to be working my business from the road. Excited about that. But guys, you know, very rarely in a lifetime does an opportunity knock like the New York Yankees 2018 season. I was watching a preseason game yesterday, and in their preseason game, the lineup with Andujar, Greg Bird, Aaron Judge, Stanton, Sanchez, Didi Gregorius, right? He makes Yankee fans euphorious, and just all of them, Gardy, you know, Aaron Hicks, CC Sabathia, a veteran on the team. And so we have decided and committed to attend all 162 games. At this point, we don't have any sponsors. We're doing this all on our own. But if you want to contribute to us, you certainly can. Our website to follow all the action during the year will be 162guy.com, the 162guy.com or 162crew.com. Can you stop the dog with that toy, please? Thank you. She's very annoying. And we got people dialing in from all over. Peter, I cannot wait. We're going to hang out in Toronto. So, guys, this was the squeezy toy that Desi was messing around with. Oh, it's wet. That's gross. So, anywho, stop. Go sit down. Look at her. She's crazy. She's crazy. She's going to be driving me crazy. So, a couple things that we're going to be doing. Number one, the thing that's sort of really very cool about it is we're going to be doing a huge fundraiser where we're going to pick 4 charities. And I'm not going to name the charities right now because we got to sign contracts with everybody and get everything solidified, get all their marketing materials. But what we're going to do, and Yankee fans, Peter, you're going to love this. We're going to do something called the 162 New York Yankee Home Run Challenge. So every time a New York Yankee hits a home run, however much money we've gotten in pledges so far will be donated and split among these 4 charities. So, for instance, there'll be a thermometer on our website that at first I'm going to start the bidding. I'm going to pledge $1.62, which is how many games are in a season, for every home run the Yankees hit. So let's say they hit 200 home runs times my 162. I'll be responsible for that amount of money, Okay, then somebody else pledges $1 and somebody else pledges 50 cents. Well, let's say by opening day, we're at $100. So on opening day, when the Yankees hit a home run, $100 will be split up between those 4 charities. But let's say there's so much excitement that we get interviewed on Ed Randall's show talking baseball on The Fan. And oh, by the way, I know Ed and he knows me, so that's a possibility. All of a sudden, 10 more people bid $1 each, and now we're up to 110. And by the game 5, we're up to 200. And the goal is to be up to $1,000 per home run that will be split up amongst these charities. So every time a Yankee hits a home run, you can feel good because you are part of the solution. It's got to be a minimum of 50 cents. So, the Yankees had, I think, 180 home runs last year. Don't quote me on that, but up in that ballpark. And so you would just contribute $90 split up monthly. So at the end of every month, we will bill the pledgees, if you will. Is that a word? Pledgees? Pledgeors? And hopefully you would like to contribute. It's going to be a lot of fun. And you might be watching and go, I'm not a Yankee fan. You know what? Are you a fan of America? Right? Are you a fan of Canada? Because we're going to be raising money for some great charities. So if you want to just make a one-time donation because you don't want to be rooting for the Yankees to hit home runs, whatever. Get over it, okay? So I should probably be nicer to all the other fans because most people are not Yankee fans. But my point is that we're going to be raising money this year for 4 amazing charities. And I can't wait to share with you what those are. In addition to that, I'll be doing Facebook Lives probably every day. And I'll be doing a little pregame report on the Yankees or a postgame report on the Yankees or how we're getting along or have we gained weight, have we lost weight, are we getting along, are we still talking? One of the big questions is, can Mary Beth make it 57 games? Because for those of you that followed 162, the almost epic journey, you know that Steve Marcinowski was my traveling companion. I almost said partner, but there's so many things that people can construe when you say partner. So he was my traveling companion, fellow stand-up comedian, and he lasted 57 games. We call him the 57 guy, or Mr. 57 if you want to be a little bit more formal. But he lasted to early June of 2011, and then I did the rest of the trek by myself. So you might be wondering, can this relationship handle these 2 people hanging out and going to baseball games every day? If you do the math too, let's say that you get to the game early, maybe you stay a little bit late, but let's just say the average game is a little over 3 hours, but let's say you spend 4 hours a day at a Yankee game, and you times that times 162. So 4 times 162, I haven't done this recently, but I believe it's 648. And if you divide 648 by how many hours in a day, we would be spending 28 full days inside of Yankee or other stadiums across North America. And most people would be like, torture me. I'd rather be tortured than to do that. Well, guess what? To me, that's pure excitement. Who's pitching that day? Who's batting second? Is Stanton batting second or is Judge batting second? How many games have we won in a row? How many games are we up on Boston right now? It's going to be so much fun. So if you'd like to follow our trek, just simply tune into Facebook, or you can subscribe to our website. Is that up and running? People can get on the mailing list of 162 Guy? You can do it right now. Go to 162guy.com or the162guy.com, and you can subscribe to it. The other thing that we're going to be doing that I'm super, super, super excited about, it is going to be sick, Michael. And if you guys have any questions, hey, you don't have to be jealous. You can come meet us any game you want. And there's a couple of different ways that it works. If you got a couple extra bucks laying around and you don't mind sponsoring a game, you could call us up and say, hey, listen, Boston's in town. I've got 4 tickets. It's going to be me and my wife. We'd like to bring you and Mary Beth. And you buy the tickets. Well, we will sit with you and we will tell you jokes. And if you don't have a copy of the book, I'll probably even give you a copy of 162. So that's going to be fun. So if you want to sponsor the game, buy us a beer, put us up in a hotel room, buy our airfare for a particular city, we would certainly appreciate it. Many of you know that the first time I did 162, it probably ran about $60,000 or $70,000, which when you divide it up by 6 months isn't really all that much. The other thing that we're going to do, and I've said that a lot, but we have a lot of things that we're doing, is we're going to be doing the 162 experience live. Well, we're going to be recording it live, but you'll be watching it recorded. We're going to be doing it in each and every city as we go. So once a week, we'll come out with a new program called the 162 Experience. One of the great things with the 4 charities that we're going to be working with is we'll be able to spend some time with some of the leaders of those organizations in each city as we travel. So we'll have them as guests on podcasts. We'll probably go to the game with them as well. And it'll just give us a chance to really get to know those organizations and the great people behind them. Probably the toughest thing for us has been to whittle it down to just 4. We've had so many ideas. People have introduced us to a lot of amazing ideas. 3 goals that I have that I'd like to share with you. Number 1 is for us to throw out a ceremonial first pitch at a home game for the New York Yankees in 2018. Could be regular season. I would take the playoffs, okay? That's goal number 1. If you know somebody that's connected to the Yankees and you can make that happen, I will be eternally grateful. Number 2, our goal is to be on the Ellen DeGeneres Show. Ellen is a big giver. Ellen is fun. Ellen, like myself, is a stand-up comedian. And it would just be great. So if you know somebody that's connected with Ellen, we're going to be in Anaheim in May, and that would be a great opportunity for us to be guests on the Ellen DeGeneres Show. Goal number 3, and I have more, but today I'm just going to share 3 with you, is to be guests on, you guessed it, The Tonight Show. The Tonight Show, starring Jimmy Fallon. And we're excited about that. Jimmy, as you know, is a huge Yankees fan. Jimmy, we're going to email him and we're going to call him until he gets so excited or tired of us that he decides to have us on his show, and I promise you it's going to be fun. It would also be great if we could be sort of like a roving reporter as we go to Tampa and Boston and Detroit and Cleveland and Chicago and Dallas and Toronto and Baltimore and Boston, Seattle, Miami, Philadelphia, Washington, D.C. Those are just a few cities that we're going to be, Minnesota, hitting this year, but we're going to do all 162. So you might say, hey, call me when you're in this town. Let's do this. You go to the Yankees.com website, you see the games where they're going to be, and you call us, and you say, I would like to attend the Friday game with you. Great. Whether you buy us tickets or not buy us tickets, we'll still hang out. We'll get a pregame beer or maybe a salad or whatever, and we're going to be doing book signings. We're going to be doing comedy shows if it makes sense. I'm also going to be available to do talks, whether it be to schools on goal setting and such like that. In addition to all of this, I am going to be publishing my 3rd book on or about April 1st called 30 Ways in 30 Days to a Better Life. Very excited about it. Just yesterday, I went under contract with an editor and somebody that's going to help me finish my book and put it all together, but I gave him what I believe was the finished product. Then we'll just finish it up, we'll get the cover together and format it over the next 2 weeks or so and start printing here very, very shortly. So I am super excited. Or a hot dog. I don't really eat hot dogs, Michael. Pledge. Okay, Michael, yes. Are you? Michael is pledging $1 for every hot dog that I eat. That's actually disgusting. I don't, okay, I'm going to hold you to that. We're going to screenshot this, and you're probably going to owe about $5. Michael read my first book, so he knows that I only had 1 hot dog, and I think it was really a sausage during the 162 tour. But more than anything, it is going to be a ton of fun, and it's going to be great. Kaylin is watching. Kaylin, what's up? Chip, Bob Gentile. Bob, it's been many years. Tim, Harold, Laura, great to see everybody. Many of you know that one of the things my family loves to do is to raise money for great causes. And again, if you're just dialing in or you're just tuning in to Facebook, we're going to be running the 162 Home Run Challenge, and we're looking for pledges. Pledgeurs, I'll get the terminology right as we move forward, but we're looking for people to contribute at least 50 cents to $1. If you own a company, everybody's going to be listed on the 162 Guy website, so if you have a company and you want to get some recognition for your charitable contributions, we're going to be listing everybody probably in order of their contributions. So if someone comes in and says, hey, like say Ellen says, I want to give $100 per home run, well, that would be fantastic. That would really get us going. But so far I've got my brother Mike committed. My friend Slug up in Connecticut is committed. We've seen Michael has committed $1 for every hot dog that we eat. Does that include hot dogs that Desi and Mary Beth eat as well, or is it just me? We'll have to send you a contract. Yeah, we don't really eat hot dogs, Michael. So if you want to reconsider your offer, unless you're only looking to give $1, then we could probably knock that out. But if there's any questions, I would certainly be. I would love to answer any questions. Nice, bro. Love the 162 purpose. Thanks, Bob. Hey, Bob, I'm not sure if you're still, I know you used to live in like the Delaware, Philly area. So we're going to be in that area on June 26th, 27th, something like that. So we've already started buying tickets. I've got tickets to 60 of the Yankee games so far, which if you followed my book, I really didn't do that on the first one. I just sort of scalped tickets, but the Yankees have a thing where if you buy it through your MasterCard, you get discount tickets. So I bought like 60 games and excited about that. And Boulder, Colorado. Yeah, we don't play in Colorado this year. I would like to say that the Rockies are going to be on our schedule, but we don't go to Colorado this year. Bob, if you want to fly out to Anaheim or Minnesota or somewhere else that might be, Dallas might be close for you. Kansas City is probably close for you. But anyway, Jennifer, good to see you. Jen was actually at a couple of games where we broke the record, where we went past 162. For those of you that really are on the inside, you know that the world record for games in attendance is 176. And so that's what we're going to break. And Mary Beth and I right now have a record of, we're at 8 because we went to Game 5 in Cleveland, and then we went to all 7 of the American League Championship games. So we're at 8 right now. So we're not starting at 0. You know, when we go to opening day, we'll be at 9. We're still going to count it down like the regular season, but just so you know, whatever game it's at, you can add 8 to it. And what if you miss a flight? Well, then we don't break the record. What if, you know, something happens and we just, you know, we can't make it to the ballpark? We got to be there. So it's doable because I've done it before. But when you bring a girl along and you bring a dog, they add extra factors. They take longer to get ready and those kind of things. But she's giving me the evil eye over here. So Phoenix, no, we don't play in Phoenix. We don't play in Phoenix, but we do play, as I mentioned, in Anaheim, and we play in Dallas. Those would probably be the closest locations. But anybody can go to 162 or go to theyankees.com and check out their schedule. If there's any questions, I would love to answer them. Besides you can ask where the Yankees are going to be, or you can simply just go to the schedule like I did. And so far, we've got a $1 pledge from Michael for how many hot dogs that I can eat. And Michael Francis, I will enjoy the season. It's so much fun. And I've made myself a promise this year. If you've ever been around me or if you've been to any of the 162 games with me, there's one of two things happening. Things are flowing or I'm stressed out. Right? Things are flowing or I'm stressed out. I'm looking for a ticket. Where did I put my cell phone? How much money, can I afford to spend today and stuff like that. I am committing to you that I am not going to be stressed out at all. I'm going to enjoy every minute of it. I'm going to embrace it. Sometimes we get so bogged down with the logistics and the details and catching our flight and what hotel we're in and all that. I'm going to be free. I'm going to go with the flow. I am going to have a great time. And so if I ever I'm around you or you notice on Facebook that I appear to be stressed out, just send me a nice little message and say, hey, enjoy the ride, baby. And I'll enjoy the ride. Now, there's many sacrifices that come along with something like this. First of all, we're moving out of our house. We've just rented our house for the entire year. And why a year if the season's only 6 or 7 months? Well, where we live, the HOA would only let you rent it out for a year. So not only are we coming in 6 months, we don't even know where we're going to be come November. November? I thought the baseball season was over in September. It is for average teams, okay? But for the New York Yankees, they play throughout October. They're going to win their 28th championship, and we're going to be there from start to finish, rail to rail, baby. So excited about that. Why are you not flying with the team? Well, that's a good question. If you could email that same question to Brian Cashman or some of the New York Yankees and ask them, we would love to travel with the team. I don't know what their pet policy is, if any of the Yankees have their dogs with them, but we are traveling, the three of us. Again, if you're just tuning in, it's me, Mary Beth Longona, and Desi Doodle. Desi Doodle is her official name. So should be an amazing year. See you in the World Series. I hope so. Jim. It looks good. But either way, whether it's World Series or whether it's, whatever the year looks like, we're going to be there every game. We're going to be cheering on. And what a fun team that it is. And again, one of the things that people are most excited about is the Yankees' power that they bring. That's one of the reasons we're doing the Home Run Challenge. Is we could have done a lot of different challenges, but if you don't know baseball, we got a guy from the Marlins over the winter, Stanton, who's number 27, who hit 59 home runs last year. Aaron Judge hit 52 home runs last year. So just the two of those right there. But then you got Gary Sanchez, who I think he hit 35 home runs last year, and he was out for a month. And then you got Didi Gregorius and Gardy, and Andujar has already got 4 home runs in the preseason. You look at all these guys, and I think it's fair to assume that we're going to hit 200 home runs. So let's say that you pledge $1. How that's going to work is at the end of every month, so at the end of April, we'll say, hey, the Yankees hit 35 home runs, you owe $35, and we will zap that out of your account, or however we're going to work that out. And then let's say we have 100 other people doing that. That means we've just raised $3,500, which is fantastic. But every month we're going to do more, and no matter when somebody pledges during the season, they'll always have the opportunity to go back and start from the beginning. So say we don't get somebody until July 4th because they don't even know about it. They can say, I want to start now, or I want to go back and cover all of the home runs. So our goal is to raise $162,000, right? That's our low-end goal. I think we could do $1 million, but $1 million's a pretty big number to count on. So we're going to commit that we're going to do everything in our power, every day and every way, to raise $162,000 for 4 amazing charities that we're going to be working with. So everything's going to be run through my charity, Work, Play, Love, that I founded almost 10 years ago now. And that is a charity that supports orphans in Guatemala. But we wanted to have a mass appeal, too, because we wanted people to know that not only is their money going to, our motto is our hearts have no borders, but, we also wanted to pick charities that were important to people all across America as well. And so I think you're going to be very pleased with the 4 charities that we add to Work, Play, Love in addition to that. So if you have any questions or anything that you want to ask, feel free to go ahead and do that. Now is a great time. And again, if my friend Rich Kennedy is watching, Rich was actually mentioned in my first book. And let's see if I can find where it is. Rich actually said in my book, and I will read it when I was doing my planning stage. Let's see here. Richard. Okay, great. I'm going to read page 52. Let's see, Rich Kennedy. Okay. When the meeting gets out, it's Thursday, March 22nd. When the meeting gets out, I see a lot of friends and associates that I might not see for a while. My friend Rich Kennedy is a huge sports fan. He's a good buddy, and seeing me surprises him. He gives me a big bear hug because he didn't know I was going to be there. He gives me a big bear hug. Steve-O, he exclaims, I am so happy that you're doing this. What a shining example that if you work hard enough, you can do anything you want. Rich has a few prospective sales associates closely in tow. He introduces them and does an incredible job of encapsulating the 162 journey for them while edifying me and putting renewed wind in my sails. Steve, more than anyone I know, can pull this off, he says. Can you imagine the kind of cash that this is going to cost? Steve is the kind of person who does what he sets out to do. If Steve Melia says he'll do it, consider it done. End of quote. And Rich, I want you to know that inspires me, and I think that we should all sort of invite having people talk about us that way, that when you're the kind of person that does something that you say you're going to do, it's an empowering feeling. And so for those of you that don't know the story, in 2011 I did commit to attending all 162 games. We did that. I also went to the 5 playoff games and did it. It wasn't hard. There was a lot of sacrifices that came along with it. For instance, this summer alone, the Grateful Dead are on tour, and I think they've got like 25 shows all across America, and we looked at their calendar, and we would probably go to 15 or 20 of those shows, but because we're doing this tour, there's 2 shows that we can go to. One, they're playing at night at Citi Field when the Yankees are playing during the day. I think that's June 15th or so, and then they're in Saratoga Springs, which is upstate New York. So those are the only 2 Grateful Dead shows that we can go to. So that's one of our sacrifices. And other sacrifices, I had an all-expense paid trip to Jamaica that I'm choosing not to attend, even though it's going to be amazing. I had an all-expense paid trip to Iceland that I'm choosing not to attend because of this tour. Unless the Yankees don't make the playoffs, then I'm probably going to go to Iceland because it's the first week of October. I'm not planning on that, but just as a backup plan. And so I see Dory, I see Ted, I see anybody else have a question? I see Sam, good to see you, Maricela, Tim, Kari Lee, everybody, Karen. I hope everybody's doing great. Guys, just wanted to come on and let everybody know that this is sort of the official announcement. I've sort of let it leak out a little bit over the last couple weeks because we have been going crazy selling some stuff, selling furniture, just getting rid of it because we don't want to keep it in storage. And you know what, in 6 or 7 months, we'll figure out what we're going to do next. But I know many people are probably wondering, are you going to write a book about this? Yes, I am going to write a book about this because it's going to be amazing. My working title right now is going to be called 162 Unfinished Business. 162 Unfinished Business. Give me a like or give me a love. Unfinished business, well, what does that mean? Unfinished business means that we've got unfinished business. There's some stuff that we haven't finished yet. There's some stuff that still needs to be done. What is that? The New York Yankees are going to win the 2018 World Series. Ooh. Let's see. Bob's got a question. I'm in, Steve, for the home run challenge. Yes, $1 per home run. We got our first pledge. I will connect later for the details. Heading for a run in the mountains. Hey, Bob, really miss you. My brother and I always talk about how cool you are and that I haven't seen you in a while, so thank you so much. Scotty Opal is watching. Scotty, what's up? Nadine, hope everybody's doing great. For those of you just joining, we have just announced the 2018 162 Home Run Challenge where I'm going to be the first pledge after Bob. Bob just pledged $1. But for every New York Yankee home run from opening day through September 30th in Boston, imagine that. We're closing in Boston. Imagine if the lead is within 3 games. Whoa, that's going to be an exciting series. If you want to buy me tickets, if you want to buy us beer, if you want to put us up, we don't have a place to stay really in most places yet. But I'm just going through the calendar. So if you live in Toronto, Boston, Baltimore, I have a place to stay in Baltimore, Washington, D.C., Philadelphia, Miami, St. Petersburg, Dallas, Anaheim, Seattle, Minnesota, Chicago, Cleveland. Where else? 13, 14. Detroit. 14. I think there's a couple more. Anyway, we'll be there. I can promise you that. We've got airfare for about the first 3 months, minus a couple cities, and we've got tickets for 60 of the 162 games so far. Okay, I am pledging 162. Yes, Sarah, Kansas City. If you want to meet us in Kansas City, we are going to be in Kansas City. I forgot about Kansas City. Yeah, Scott. Scott, for those of you that read my book, hold on a second. The Last 42. Scott is the cousin of one of my best friends, Danny Voolin. Scott's also a great buddy of mine. And there was a time where during my last 42, I didn't have a ride from the stadium to the airport or hotel. I didn't have anything. And Scotty was great enough. He was just finished up a round of golf, and he came and picked me up. We sat in traffic. It took him a couple hours, but he dropped me off. Scott, I'll always remember that and all of the people that help on this journey because it's certainly not going to be easy. Again, we don't even have places to stay. We're probably going to do Airbnb in either Manhattan or the Bronx. I do have relatives, but you know what? It's me, Mary Beth, and the dog. People don't really want us to stay with them. It's becoming obvious because no one's volunteered. My family all knows what I'm doing, and they're avoiding me, basically, is what's happening.
I said I could stay.
Yeah, no, it's you and your dog, quite frankly. I could stay. I'm in, yes. Love it. Beer's on me. Anita Sarda is watching. Anita, hope you're great. Anita's actually the first person that we're going to be staying with in Toronto. Anita's going to be going to opening day with us. So right now, opening day, it looks like Anita, who hopefully will be a Yankee fan on that day, Mary Beth and I, and our dog Desi for opening day. But guys, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up here. If you have any more questions or comments that you would like to make, feel free to do so. If not, we will wrap up this Facebook Live. And then again, what we're going to be doing on the road is we're going to be doing the 162 Experience, which is a podcast about success in sports, business, and life. And I'd just like to thank Mary Beth. Mary Beth, want to say goodbye to everybody? Bye. Mary Beth's going to get ready for the day, and she's going to be the executive producer on the 162 Experience, where she helps me with all the AV and production, and she's been helping behind the scenes do that. And just want to thank her and Desi Doodle for being willing to come on the 162 tour, the reunion tour, unfinished business, however you want to say it. We want to thank everybody. God bless. Appreciate you. And Scotty, we appreciate that. I might take you up on that offer if you don't mind. Because hotels are expensive. You know, they're about $100, $150 a night. You're there for 4 nights. That's about $500 by the time they add tax and everything. Every time we stay with somebody, we really save between $500 to $800. So, hey, it's not how much you make, it's how much you keep, right? Certainly appreciate everybody on. My niece Jessica is watching. Jessica, if you're just dialing in, I've just announced that Mary Beth, myself, and our dog Desi Doodle will be attending all 162 New York Yankee games this year. You probably already know that because your dad is my older brother and my business partner, Mr. Mike Melia. And I heard you just were in California and had a great time seeing the fam out there. So hopefully, Jessica, we will get to connect. Jessica lives in New York, but last time on the 162 tour, if you'll remember, she was in Oakland. That was the day where we had the Four Locos. If anybody remembers that story, Jessica remembers it. I think we had 1 Four Loco each, and we were out. So anyway, all right, Jessica's committed to getting me Yankee tickets. Woo, 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 woo. I would really like tickets for the Mets series or the Boston series, just so you know. Four Loco, that's right, Jess. Always good to see you. And more than anything, guys, it's going to be so much fun. And again, if you're just joining in, we're picking 4 charities that are close to our hearts to support. Every time a New York Yankee hits a home run, home or away, between opening day and September 30th in Boston, we will be donating however much is pledged for that day. Our goal is to be at $100 by opening day, okay? And we've got my dollar, and then we've got $1 from Bob Gentile, so we're up to $2.62. I think my brother Mike might even be good for $5. That would really jack things up. But if once we announce the charities, which will probably be over the next week to 2 weeks, we're just solidifying everything now. And I think you'll be really happy with the charities that we've picked. Work, Play, Love is going to be raising the money and then dispersing it to the 4 other charities. So really there'll be 5 charities in total that will be splitting it amongst. So exciting. Subway Series. Do you buy good seats or upper decks? I buy upper decks. All right. I'll sit in good seats, but I buy the upper decks. Michael, they have $5 days at the stadium where if you have a MasterCard, you can buy tickets for $5. I bought all those games. And then the $10 ones, which are like half price, I bought all those games. So I bought tickets to the 60 cheapest games at Yankee Stadium. So I've got 59 games at the stadium, and then I've got opening day in Toronto. Those are the only tickets that I have so far. So anyway, that's it. Got a lot of work to do. Got 26 days to opening day, and I hope to see each and every one of you at a ballpark this summer. So do me a favor, if you could share this post, share it and say, hey, any Yankee fans out there, check it out. This crazy fan is committed to going to all 162 New York Yankee games. You can check out our website at 162guy.com. God bless everybody. Have a great day. Love y'all. Appreciate you. Bye-bye for now.